And good morning, Drillman's Garage here out in the backyard. We're going to talk about the Fimi Mini 3. Yes, it has had all kinds of updates in this last week or so. So much so that I've been out flying. I come back, there's another update. I go out flying, come back, there's another update. I've been out to ballparks. I've been trying to figure this all out, what the updates mean, what they do, what they don't do, etc., etc. So this is going to be my Fimi forum floundering chit chat, whatever. Is it still foobar or is it getting any better? Okay, so I've got some notes here, okay, and hopefully there's a guy cutting grass next door. Hopefully that's not too much in the background of this. Maybe I can get rid of it. I'm using the Ordro M5 camera and the cheapy Amazon wireless mic system, $9. So we're going to figure that out. Is it any good? Let me know. Okay, I've got it on high, so and we're trying to work out the noise thing and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, firmware updates, app updates. We went from the app update 1.1.37 to 3.8 to 3.9 to 4.0, and they finally figured out that a lot of the Android machines weren't working, so they fixed that in 4.0. Okay, they updated the firmware for the flight controller and for the camera. So let's look at the app first, okay? And you had to update the firmware to the flight controller and the firmware to the camera before all the stuff in the app would work. It even says so, that you need to update the latest firmware of the camera. There you go. Okay, so let's get through the app thing. What's good and what's bad and how do you figure things out? Okay, so they now switched Smart Track to Smart Follow according to the information on the app update, but it's not. It's Follow 3 when you look at it in the actual app. Okay, but when you're trying to use it, it says zoom features not available in Smart Track. So they're still using Smart Track, but it's Follow 3, but in the description it's Smart Follow 3. You gotta figure that out. What I will say is they made the whole system a whole lot simpler. The only thing I haven't figured out yet, they don't have a GPS follow. Or I haven't found it. It's the only thing. It's kind of weird. Anyway, they added a quick parameter buttons on the main interface. Yes, they did. They did. At the bottom right hand side, you'll see that little drone, and it has an N in it. Okay, that's your speed control. You don't have to go into the settings to change your speed, but that's been there forever. Below that is an auto, and you can go between auto and manual for your photos and videos. So you can adjust your shutters and ISOs and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty good. On the left, you'll see that kind of a bracketed circle. That's your new follow me quick taskbar, if you will, entry system. You can still use it by going to the whole, hitting that Android robot guy and going to follow me that way. But this is a shortcut, okay? And it works really well. And I've done them all. I've done the one where and I'll show you some images later of all that. I've done the follow me tracking where you walk forward, it follows you. You walk backwards, it follows you. You have to turn your um, uh, you have to turn the enable backup video, or the drone flight backwards. That's it. You have to enable that in the settings in the tracking mode, because if you don't, the drone will just sit there and follow you, and wherever you go, it's like this, and it will, as you come towards it, it will come down, and if you go too far, it'll disappear. But if you enable the reverse backup, whatever, flight backup, flight backwards, whatever, you go forward, it'll go forward, you come back, it'll go backwards, and it'll follow you everywhere, okay? The parallel goes on the side. Rotation, you can walk wherever you want, and that rotation will go around you wherever you are, and it works very well, as long as the contrast to the target is specifically different to the surrounding areas. So don't wear green pants and a green shirt if you're walking in the green field. Okay. It said it added a one-click short film tail swinging flight. I can't find it. Don't know what it is. I went into one-click video, movie maker, film, whatever. I couldn't find nothing. I don't know what it is. Okay. It added the ability to use zoom in a whole bunch of 2.7, 1080p, whatever, uh, uh, not frame rates, but formats, like um, 2.7K at 50 and 60 FPS, 1080p at 50 and 60, except 6x zoom and all this kind of stuff. But you have to update the camera firmware before that stuff is applied. And it does work. So you can zoom in on anything now, okay, at any time. I use 2.7K at 30, and I can zoom in. And remember, the quick way of zooming in, hold in the camera button, hold it in, then scroll wheel, the gimbal wheel. And instead of the gimbal going up and down, you'll zoom in and out. There you go. Okay. And it adjusted the red warning for 10% low battery landing power. So I'm guessing that's a good thing. So it changes the battery to red at 10%, something like that. Added one-click original video and substream video download options. Now this one is interesting. If you take a one-click video, like a droney or a soar or a spiral or whatever, okay, and you have it go out 100 meters, that's a one-click video, okay? If you go into the album, and remember, to download your video, one-click video to your phone, the craft has to be operational, has to be turned on, have to be connected, okay? When you go into the album camera, you can see that one-click video, okay? And it might be 200 megabytes, might be 70 megabytes, okay? Might be a minute and a half long, whatever, okay? It gives you the option to download it to the camera in two modes, in high resolution, what they call, or low resolution. Well, the high resolution is 1080p because all your one-click videos are 1080p, and they're all shot at medium video quality, not the high, okay? So you shot at 1080p. You can download at 1080p or you can download at 720p. Not much of a difference, but the quality is substantial. And if you want to download a 75 megabyte, which is only about, I don't know, 20 seconds or 30 seconds video, if you want to download that to your phone, it's going to take you 15 minutes. If you do the low resolution version, it's over in 10 or 15, 20 seconds. So that's a good thing. Okay, you get that, get the idea behind it. And what it does is then another little box opens up. It says template. It's like a magic wand. You hit that and you get the 5 templates. That's where the 5 templates are. And you can choose between 5 different templates. Dynamic, summer, happy, gentle, beat, whatever, okay? And it adds music. It adds a little jingle to it. And it gives a watermark of Fimi. But it only gives you 14 seconds. If you have a 2-minute video, a beautiful droney going way out 100 meters, okay, it compresses that to 14 seconds. So your nice slow droney ends up being, no matter what you do, no matter which one you use, what distance you choose in a one-click video, if you use a template, it gives you a 14-second quick shot. That's it, 14 seconds. And if you want to download your 1.5-minute whatever drone that goes out 100 meters, it will take you probably a whole battery to download it. So it's really, for a 14-second quickie video, I think you're better off to just take the video and apply your own music to it. Speed it up if you want, because basically that's all they do. Anyway, so that's all that about that video. And I had months trying to figure out where this template stuff was. I couldn't figure it out. Then it dawned on me, clicky clicky, you can download this using one-click. You can download to one-click videos. And I'm going, okay, high and low resolution. And it dawned on me, oh, they're talking about one-click videos. You have to use one-click videos to use the templates. And there it was. Anyway, Added FPV hard decoding and soft decoding options. No idea. All I know is if you put the Mini 3, okay, on a desk, picnic table, whatever, turn it on, connect it, that video looks really good. That screen recording looks like 1080p. It's really, really clear. As soon as you start those motors, it's reduced to 586. So I don't know what they're talking about. Added FPV hard decoding and soft decoding. I don't know what that means. Next one is added one-click original video and substream video down. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. When you're doing the one-click video and you want to download it and put a template to it. Okay, you can choose high or low, but the difference between high and low is 1080 and 720. There you go. So, and you can't do it offline. So you can't take the SD card out and do it. So you're kind of stuck there. Fix the problem that some languages cannot fine-tune the gimbal. I don't know about that, but apparently that was an issue. And show me account members might have had a problem logging in. Apparently, don't know. They fixed the Mini 2. Flight speed cannot be set. I had the. To me, that sounds like cruise control, but it's not. Don't know. Maybe I think that might have had something to do with waypoints, but I didn't have a problem with it, so I don't know what that means. Fixed compatibility issues with Android 12 and below. Yeah. So that's the app. So of all that, what did the app do? The updates. It basically gave you a smart follow 3, simplified the tracking system. It did that. Okay. And it gave you the option to download for templates from a 1080p or a 720p. And believe me, you don't want 720p because it looks horrible even on an 8-inch tablet. It looks horrible. It might be okay for the phone, but that's about it. Okay, if you're just going to transfer it to friends on the phone. Oh, look what I did. 14-second video. It took me an hour to figure out how to use. Anyway. Okay, what else we got here? Done all that stuff. Okay, let's go on to the flight controller. My dogs are just having a grand old time. Wow. Anyway, flight controller. 1004F went to 1005I, and it says it optimized the orbit flight mode. I didn't have a problem before. You either fly over something and take a video. Maybe they added that you don't have to fly over something. You can just draw a box around it and do that as an orbit. That would be a good thing. Okay. I didn't try that. I'll try that and I'll put that in the description below. Okay, so make a mental note to do that. Fix the abnormal issue when switching to parallel following mode. Well, as soon as they switched everything from Smart Track to follow, and I've done them all, they work very well. It does. Optimize the flight speed under waypoint mode. Well, I could go up to 10 meters per second before, so I wasn't, and that's too fast if you're doing waypoints, really, if you want to get any kind of imagery. So, change the battery power to 10% for landing under low power. So it went, I think it was 15% before, so it went to 10%. That's when it's forced lands. So that's a good thing. Okay. And then it tells you that, you got 6 minutes to update. But so usually, for me, it's only a couple of minutes. Just watching the puppies. They're eating some grass, maybe have upset tummies. Don't know. Anyway, next we have the camera. It went from a 1008B to 1009B, as in a BB. Okay. It says it optimized the zoom functionality, which it did. Now you can zoom at any point you want. You can, and the fun thing is, if you use the slider with your finger, it's very smooth and it zooms in. You slide it all down, it zooms out. Okay, it's not none of that anymore. That's pretty good. Okay, it fixes the GPS latitude information error. No, it doesn't. Here's a picture. I'll show you. I took a photo, put it through the GPS locator, blah, blah, blah. But you're still out 5 miles, 4.5, whatever, okay? It used to be out 30, so it's better, but it's still not accurate. and fix some known issues. I don't know. But anyway, so they've addressed, apparently they think they've addressed a whole whack of stuff. Of all this, they've simplified SmartTrack. And you can download high resolution 1080p or 720p, which basically that's a whole gimmicky thing anyway. And I'll give you some examples of all the templates and what the sounds are like and all this kind of stuff. I'll bounce around this a little bit, so and that's 14 seconds worth. And we could do this guy. Different music. Loud. Okay, choose the other one. And you can go and choose gentle. Or you can do beat. I think it's just the music. I also put a little shot of each of the, the follow me modes. Will it turn around? No, it will lose me. It's gone. Enable backwards. Okay, there we go. Okay, now then, we're going to go and hit him. I'm going to follow and track and go. Now watch that angle, 21 point something. Here we go. It's going backwards. Right? If I keep on going, it's going to go into the trees. So that's how that one works. Okay. Okay. Go. I'll go this way. And it just keeps me and goes left and right. And if I go backwards, it stays where it is, and the angle of the camera should change, which it does. Okay. That's how that works. There it is. There we go. It's going around me. If I walk this way, it comes this way to me. Okay? If I walk backwards, it goes farther away, but keeps orbiting me. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't use them that much. Okay, I don't find them very useful. The follow me function would be okay. I would really like a GPS follow. That would be nice. Maybe I'll have to look into that. Maybe it does have one. I don't know. Does it have a GPS follow? But what did it not fix? It's more important than putting a quick link to a follow me function or an auto and manual quick button to change your video. What's more important than that? Well, here's a bunch here. How about your hover, Fimi? Why can't you fix your hover? You've got a wandering hover that over time just kind of creeps and goes. Why can't you fix that? Okay. Your 60 frames per second cropping. Okay, if you pick 60 frames per second, it goes crops. It's like having a zoom automatically. Okay, and it's really hard to find out where you really are once you get close to something because you zoomed in so much. It's like that mirror on the right side of your car. Okay, looking behind you, or if you're in Europe on the left side of the car, objects may appear closer than they really are. That kind of thing. Okay, the horizon tilt. It's still not as bad, but it's random. Okay, it's random. It's there, then it's not there, then it goes, and then it settles, comes back sometimes. It's not all the time, but sometimes it's there. And when it's there, it's annoying. Okay. The video feed, as I mentioned before, it's 586p when you're operational. When your craft is moving, the motors are running, operational. You shut those motors down and put it on a hard surface, that is crystal clear. Why? Your video that you take is crystal clear, but your video feed sucks. Sorry, Fimi, it sucks. Okay. unless you're not moving. If you're on the table, it's great. Okay. Oh, the compass calibration. Okay. Have you ever tried to follow along the compass calibration? It's not right. It doesn't tell you when to change things. Hardly ever. You just have to 4 or 5 times one way, 4 or 5 times the other way, and it'll be done. As soon as you go around 4 or 5 times horizontally, as soon as you flip it up or down, up, it's up or something, okay, the color on the light will change and it'll be okay. But trying to wait for it to do it by the diagram take you forever. I don't know. The attitude ball. Oh my God, the attitude ball. Okay, when are they gonna look at that attitude ball? You know, the triangle. That's where your drone's supposed to be. Well, if it's supposed to be facing me, if I've got the controller here, that triangle should be facing me if I'm looking at it. It's over here somewhere, or it's over here somewhere. It doesn't work. Does not work. And I've shown that in so many videos. Doesn't work. It's very annoying. You can't tell where that thing's pointing. You can't tell where it's going to come home. Oh, some people, oh, it's your phone. I've tried it on a phone. I've tried it on a cheap tablet, an expensive phone. I don't get any differences. It doesn't work. And one of the other ones was, I call it geodancing. You're going to do flight records, okay? And you can see your flight records. That's great, okay? And my annoying thing is, in some instances, if you uninstall the app and reinstall the app, all your flight records are gone, okay? And if you update an app, sometimes your flight records are gone, okay? And you have a hard time getting them back. Even though they're synced to the cloud, getting them back now is really hard sometimes. But when you do get your flight records and you want to play back a flight record to see where it went and maybe add it to your video or something, okay? What happens? The geocodes are supposed to be above where your craft is. I don't know why they're there all the time. I only need it if I need Find Me, okay, Find My Drone, or give me an option to put geocodes on, but they're on all the time. And there are two black lines of text that are jumping all the time. Why are they doing that? And these things have been pointed out months, day one of this being released, and version 2, and version 1, some of this stuff. Okay. Oh, but we'll put a button at the bottom so you can access follow me modes quicker, which are at best a 720p gimmick that you'll hardly ever use. Really, seriously. Okay. And you can't get, in Quickshots, you can't get anything more than a 1080p result. Remember that. You can do a 2.7 or 4K in your follow me's, but you can't in your Quickshots. So basically your Quickshots are useless. There you go. All kinds of stuff here, all kinds of stuff. Stick around a little bit longer here, and I'm going to put up those templates, what the templates look like, and what they're called, okay, and the music that goes with them. But remember, the longest template you can get is 14 seconds. So maybe you are better off just downloading the 720p. If you've got something that's really cool, and you want to quickly send it off to somebody over the phone that's only got a 4-inch screen, then it'll look really good. Okay, there you go. Or if you want to wait for 20 minutes and download it through your phone from your craft while it burns and melts because the battery is going to be dead by the time you finish downloading at 1080p. I don't know. I digress. I go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Fimi, get it together, will you? It's a great craft. This thing is by far one of the best things Fimi's ever put out. This and the X8 SE 2022. Okay, dollar for dollar, ounce for ounce, gram for gram. This is the best. The version 2 is really good as well. The 1/2.5 stack sensor is really good. This is the 1/2-inch sensor, but you're still not dialed in. You're not dialed in. If it's sunny out and I'm looking at some green grass, it looks like I'm playing pool. Okay, if it's overcast, it looks beautiful, beautiful. But in a bright, sunny, blue sky day, you got to tone down that exposure value, and in post, you got to suck that saturation down. So there you go. Okay, the Fimi Mini 3. It's a great little craft for the money. For what? You can probably get it now for $249. You can't beat it. Potensic, not a chance. You know, what's that? A 1/3 camera or something? I don't know. Does a good job for the size of the sensor, but I don't think you're gonna have to go a little ways to beat this little beauty, unless you want to go DJI. Option for option, feature for feature. I'll agree with somebody else that said it. There is no other sub 250 drone on the market to date that has more features than this. And I'll even step out this far. There is no currently available sub 250 gram drone or more than 250 gram drone that has, for the consumer market, that has a better waypoint mission planner than the Fimi. Not a chance. Dollar for dollar, best thing on the market. And then you get into the DJI Mini 4K. It's okay, but unless you can use Rainbow app with it, and Rainbow app is pretty good, and it's good for the Mini 3 as well. Not this Mini 3, the DJI Mini 3. It's good for that because it opens up a whole drawer of stuff. So does Maven, because you can use that on the Mini 3 as well, and on the Mavic Mini and the Mini 2 and 2 SE and all this kind of stuff. So there are options out there like Lychee, etc., etc., etc. But out of the box, no other expense, pretty darn good. Anyway, I've yapped enough. So the updates are not bad. Did they cover anything really? Did they really improve anything? Not really. Nothing, oh wow, nothing spectacular, nothing, but it's a good little drone. Okay, anyway, hit that like, hit the subscribe, ring the bell, and get out and get some fresh air. Okay, so we're gonna exit here and go into some of those minor little template things. Okay, take care. We'll see you in the next one. I just want to try this. It's on high, but I just want to try this in a portrait mode. Portrait there, up there. I'm just holding it there. I just want to try the portrait mode. See what it would, what's it record like. Okay, and that's about it. We're on high, and it might be a lot of background noise. Might not be, but we can get rid of that pretty easily. And there you go. Yeah. So we go that way, okay, and that way, okay. If I go that way, you're going to bend that way because I don't have the PTZ on properly. Okay, there we go. Take care. See you later.